Hey guys, Nelo here with a very beautiful face as always. So you guys there, today's video is actually supposed to be like a sit down video where I sit down and talk about a particular topic, but it just happens that I'm going to do a Q&A again because I asked you guys to suggest topics I should talk on IG, but then I got a lot of interesting questions not enough to make a whole video about, but enough to just talk about in like a Q&A. So here I am doing another Q&A. This is probably like, okay, probably just my second Q&A in about 2 weeks, but that's okay. How you guys doing? See my makeup today? I'm feeling my makeup so much, like such a babe. Anyways, let me get right into the questions. Okay. I'm going to try not to answer so many questions, but like elaborate on the ones I answer. Do you get what I mean? Okay, first one is conflict resolution in marriage. This person suggested this as a topic, but I feel like, to be honest, I don't have like 10 minutes to talk about this thing, because the truth is that there are some things you just learn as you go. Okay, the way I resolve conflict is very different from the way my husband resolves conflict. Like, I'm a texter, okay? I'm gonna pour my mind out to you in a message, in a WhatsApp message or iMessage, whatever, but I'm going to write you 10 whole pages because I hate to have anything in my mind, and sometimes when I'm talking, it doesn't come to me. You know how before we make YouTube videos, we'll plan it, we'll write down the points we want to talk about, and then when we sit down to make the video, we'll be looking at the points. That's me, okay? When I'm thinking, when I'm angry, or when I'm calm after getting angry, I think about all the things I want to say, and I just write it, boom, and I send it to my husband. I'm just like, just so you know. And then Oga reply me with, I did not read it. If you have anything to tell me, you tell me in person. I'm lying down on the same bed with you. This is so funny, but it's like we're very different when it comes to resolving conflict. I will actually prefer that, what's it called? I send a message, you reply me, and we resolve it via text message, and then we'll move on. But my husband is like, let's talk to it face to face. Nelo, let's just talk. Nelo, let's talk. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you, sir. But point of the story is, like, when, say, I'm at fault, I have to try to resolve the conflict the way my husband wants, because clearly I'm at fault. And when he's at fault, he will have to resolve it the way I want. But, okay, the summary of the gist is that find a method that works for both of you. Like, say you know your husband, and you know cooking is the way to his heart. Just cook food, give him food, he will smile, we'll move on. But always make sure to talk about it. That's one mistake I don't make. I always make sure to talk about it, even though sometimes we don't talk about it elaborately. Like, we don't come and start saying what this person did wrong, what the other person did wrong. But I always make sure to remove it from my mind, so I know I've told you. Even if we don't talk about it at that moment, tomorrow, next tomorrow, whenever, we'll always go back to our issues and talk about it and know what we can do better. But let me just bust your bubble now. It does not mean the person will not do it again. No. Even you're gonna do it again. The person, they're going to do it again. It's just life. It's not that easy. Point is, understand each other, okay? Moving on to the next question. Okay, please talk about how you came up with Loudly Woman. Love you so much. Thank you so much. So basically, right, if you know me, you know I've been passionate about issues that women face in society today, especially issues that women face that men get away with. It pains me so much. It's almost like a lot of women worship men like they're our God and personal saviors. Like, once a man says this is what it should be, oh Jesus, I cannot stand it. Especially when it comes to marriage, right? It's almost like women are grateful to be married. Like, they are grateful for a man to come and marry them. I'm like, you don't even need a man in your life, sis. I know I'm married and I'm saying this, but the point is, I don't need a man in my life. I want a man in my life. Do you get? There's a huge difference. No one needs a man in their life. You want a man in your life. Like, you can live a full life without a man and be happy at that. Like, everybody's gonna be fine. A man can live a full life without a woman and be happy at that. So when it comes to marriage and stuff and just issues, just always remember it's a choice. Okay, I'm deviating. Point is, men get away with a lot because a lot of women have it in their mind that the man is doing them a favor. And men just get away with a lot of nonsense in society today. And I always excuse our mothers, but at the same time, our mothers and their grandmothers and their great-grandmothers and, you know, the generation before us. But at the same time, it's time to take accountability, okay? I feel like if you are a mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, whatever you are, and you know you did not raise your son right, you know you did not teach him the right values and, you know, how to respect women and a lot of issues, make him understand a lot of issues and relate to women, like, yes, you failed him. Okay, but you can actually unlearn those things and try to still talk to your kids, your sons, your sisters, your brothers, your husbands, your whatever about it today. I feel like we've excused the men so many times. We've excused them so much, but I beg, it's over. It's done. I'm tired of excusing men for a lot of nonsense. Like, men actually just do whatever they want to do because even their mother, their sister, their wives, their cousins, everybody will excuse them. Oh, he's just a man. Nobody is just a man. I'm just a woman. Must I know everything? So for me, gone are the days where like women were raised and men were just let to do whatever they want. It's time to speak up about a lot of these issues. Men need to know that their behavior is not right. We need to check them. We need to tell them that, see, there are better ways to go about things. You can try harder to understand women. You can try harder to make everybody feel included. See, the issue is long. If I start talking about it, it will never end today. But point of the story is that it really pisses me off when I see men get away with things that women don't get away with. And when I see women excuse these men for, these things. So that's why I started my show, Loud the Woman. That's why I decided to speak about it. And so far, I filmed 6 episodes. I still have 4 episodes to film before, like for season 1. I don't know when it'll start going up, probably sometime next month. But I'm so excited. I can't wait for you guys to watch it. Like, I'm just so proud. I'm really, really proud. The conversations are deep. Best believe they are very, very deep. But that is how I came up with Loudly Woman. And for the title, I had, for the, what to call the show, I had a lot of options, maybe 5. I sent it to my friends and family members. And I loved Loudly Woman, but I wanted to see what they liked. And most of them went with Loudly Woman. I was just like, yes, that's the name. Because I feel like it's time for us to be loud. Very, very loud about these issues. Men don't like it when we're loud. You're so loud. You're nagging. Yeah, so they shut up, my beg. Let's hear what. We are going to be loud about it, okay? Anyways, moving on. Oh yeah, interesting question. Please, can you talk about the advantage and disadvantage of housewife and working mom? I feel like maybe Adeza and I should talk on this topic elaborately. But for me, as a housewife and a stay-at-home mom, is the best option for me. Like, you know what? I'm going to link Adeze's video down below. Adeze did a video recently about how she's not interested in conquering the world. Some of us are not made to conquer the world. Some of us want to stay in our houses, have somebody massage our legs, stop our husband's money, make the small money we can make and be all right. Everybody cannot conquer the world, okay? So for me, it's like being a stay-at-home mom is the best choice I've probably ever made in my life. I love it so much for myself. I love it for my kids. My husband is currently not around. He's at work. Imagine if I had to be at work as well. Like, how will I even plan things around the house? It doesn't mean that people are not doing it and thriving. But for me personally, it's a decision I made and I love it like with my whole heart. For me, there is no disadvantage to staying at home. Not even one. Not one single disadvantage. I can't talk about working moms. I feel like Adeza and I will do an episode where we'll invite 1 or 2 working moms and, we'll just both share our own experiences. But I love my life. I just love what I do and I love that I'm home with my kids, okay? Talk about having a close family relationship. The funny thing is that whenever I put up like a Christmas vlog or family vlog where I'm with my family, my extended family, cousins and stuff, I get comments like, oh, your family is so close, it's not normal, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, right, I grew up that way. There was never any other scenario for me. There was never any other option. The only option was you go to your cousin's house every other day, every day, you play with them, they're your friends, they're your sisters, they're your brothers, you guys are friends, like you're cool. There was no other option. So it's not something I can actually tell you. Clearly your sisters and brothers will always be your sisters and brothers, but like your cousins and stuff, they're still family. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not something I can really talk on because we were raised that way and I plan and I'm already raising my own kids that way. They know all their cousins already, even though they're not even in the same state or even the same country, but they know all their cousins, they know their names, they know their moms. Well, I can't say for their dads because most of these cousins are my female cousins. But like I'm already teaching them, I'm already telling them, oh, this is your cousin sister, your cousin brother. This is CJ, this is AJ, this is Neso, this is Bibi. I always tell them just so they know because they might not be together, but they're going to be in contact, especially when they start having phones and stuff. I love that family relationship. So it's something. If let's say you don't have it growing up, you can build it now. It's not like. It's tougher to build when you're adult. It's very difficult. Trust me, I've tried to what's it called, try to get along with my grown cousins now that I never had a relationship with growing up, and it just didn't work out. Like, it just didn't work out. They'll say one thing and I get triggered. I'm like, oh, is this why this person wants to be my friend? Because of this, because of that, or wants to, have a relationship with me because I didn't grow up with that relationship. Do you get? So you kind of sometimes overthink things, and sometimes something that is just the way the person is, you will just overthink it. So it's better to build these relationships when they are young. So say you don't have it with your cousins now, that's okay. You can build it with your kids. But for me, it's what I've always known. So yeah, I don't know any different. I don't know any different at all. How to deal with rejection in a relationship, business, or marriage. I cannot talk for marriage. I cannot talk for relationship. I've not had to deal with that before. Any relationship I ended or that ended is because I wanted it to end, to be honest. When it comes to business, rejection, I don't know what you mean by rejection, but if it's about starting business and failing, that one is very normal. That's what I've experienced. I've started a lot of businesses that failed. Some of them I did not even see through, and I just moved to the next one. It's life. Like, you just have to persevere. You have to keep going till you get what you want. And sometimes you get what you want now, and in 2 years it's not even what you want again. So you have to start afresh again and start looking for that thing that you want. But how to deal with things is basically to stand up, get up, and keep going. Okay? Ooh, this is an interesting question. Little things that could cause separation in marriage. Let me just tell you, from my experience, big things don't cause people to get divorced, though. It's always the little things. It's the little things that you bicker about. I don't want to say complain, bicker about, and if other person doesn't listen, blah, blah, blah. Like, when it comes to conflict in my marriage, it's always the little things. It's so funny. It's never anything big. It's always very little. For me, it could be that, when I went out, I expected the room to be clean when I come back, and then it wasn't, and I'm just so mad, and it just, escalates. And for my husband, it could be something as simple as, I don't even know, my husband doesn't even get angry that much. But point of the story is, right, is always the little things, okay? So, wait, let me read the question again. The little thing that cause separation, yeah, for me, what can cause my separation is not what can cause your separation. But generally speaking, right, you see, finances, very, very important. As much as people say that your money, I want to make my money is my money, your money is your money. Yeah, but you are in a marriage, finances is important. I feel like women, we have it easier when it comes to finances as a Nigerian, because my husband doesn't, I don't know if he cares or not, but I think he doesn't really, care so much about how much I make, how much I'm not making, what I'm using my money to do, and all that. Like, I can wake up today and say, I want to travel to this place, buy business class tickets, carry 5 people along, enjoy my money, and my husband will not even say pim about it. Like, it's your money, whatever I want to do with it. But the truth is that when it comes to finances and men, is a different ball game. Like, if my husband tries to make a decision, I'm like, that money you're about to spend, we can put it somewhere, it can affect us. We can use it to do this, we can use it to do that. I don't know how your own marriage is, but that's my own dynamic, because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I do a lot of the work at home. So my husband does a lot of the work when it comes to finances. So his own finances affect us, my own, not so much. All I'm trying to say is that finances is one of the big deals in marriage. And another thing is communication. A lot of people, right, because they don't know how to communicate their issues or communicate with each other to resolve conflicts, they kind of just go apart. And pride. Oh, third thing is pride. Pride, especially for men, but men and women, we all have pride. So if you ask me, is money, communication, and pride, like, how men mostly handle money, sometimes women, depending on your marriage, and also how you communicate, how you resolve issues. If you guys can actually calm down and talk about these issues without getting angry, without putting blames. Trust me, I'm guilty of this thing as well sometimes. And finally, like pride. Sometimes you want to resolve, but pride will not let you. How can I be the first to talk to him? Am I mad? There's something wrong with my head. And before you know it, something wrong with your head. I not talk to the person for 1 year, and divorce will happen, and just life goes on. And I'm sure people in this situation will probably regret it. But yeah, these are the things that usually cause conflicts in a marriage, are the little things that cause conflict in a marriage. How do you manage stress? I'm very, very horrible at managing stress. When I'm stressed, everybody around me, they'll be stressed as well, because I'm just like, don't try any nonsense when I'm stressed, because I might stress, I'll pour it on you. I don't manage stress well, so I can't even advise you on how to manage stress. But if anything, how I distress is just being on my own, watching series, watching Netflix, and just chilling. It always works for me. Like, if I'm stressed today, and clearly I need to distress today, I just watch something, be on my own, just stay on my own, just have my own space, my own time, my own peace. and then I just distress. Okay, so that's how I manage stress. Okay, a few questions about investment. I'm not really doing anything different when it comes to investment. If anything, I'm saving more, which I know like it's not really the best for you, but like I'm saving more because I have a bunch of things I want to do. I have my surgery coming up. I have trips as well planned for this year. So it's like I'm not the best person to advise when it comes to investments now. My husband, yes, but definitely not me. My husband does all the investing for us. Yeah, like his money we're dropping, so he does all the investments. Okay, how do you deal with toxic friends? This is not the first time I'm getting this question. Why do you even have toxic friends in your life? That's the question. Why are they still in your life? If somebody is toxic, let them go. Why are they still in your life? Like, this is not even a question people should be asking. Just let the person go. Like, some people are toxic, it's in their blood. No matter what you do, you will always be the bad person. Just let them go. Okay, how did you plan your Dubai trip? I'm planning to go back. I'm planning to go because of your vlogs. They should pay you. I wish Emirates would just see this video and say, babe, come. You and plus one, come and go to Dubai or not. I wish. Please tag Emirates if you know them. They should come and sponsor me to Dubai. But I didn't like. I've always known. Like I was supposed to go last year. I've been on this channel, and I ended up going because of COVID. No, not even COVID. Nigeria and UAE, they had issues. They cancelled flights. Blah blah blah. So whenever they opened last year, they always closed back quickly. So this year, once it got opened and I knew that it was here to stay, I just bought my tickets. Like I quickly bought my tickets, and there was no big planning. It's always like when you have savings, you just dip from your savings and go for your trip. So there was no big planning. But what I would say is that the best thing I did was actually making sure I get PTA. So I got PTA for myself. I got PTA for my mom, my mother-in-law. I also got PTA for her. So you know when you get PTA, which is personal travel allowance, you are getting dollar at 419 as opposed to like 575. So that made a lot of difference. So all the money that we spent on the trip was actually naira that I changed to dollar, but at the rate of 419, like PTA. It was PTA money. I didn't even have to touch my my savings, which is usually in USD because I get paid in USD for most of my job and, YouTube. So I didn't have to touch that. So once you have a good savings, it's not going to be that bad. Just make sure you get PTA. That will help you a lot. That will go a long way. 419 opposed to 575 is a lot of difference. Like, it's a whole lot of difference. It's up to 600k per person. If you were buying black market instead of buying, like, getting PTA from the bank, it's up to 600k per person. So yeah, that's the money we used throughout our trip, money from PTA, and that helped a lot. So yeah, if you're planning, just make sure to have this in mind. Okay, if you don't have the money, just collect it and get PTA. You can easily give the person back, and still have over $1,000 to travel with. That is basically free. It's your right. That money you're getting from the bank is your right. So just make sure you collect it. Because if you don't collect it, it's like you're dashing Nigeria money. You're just dashing them the money that you're entitled to. Okay? Okay, this last one is advice for Nigerian abroad that want to move back to Nigeria. Let me answer this as last question. The truth is that a lot of countries are tough now, okay? But one thing I love about Nigeria, and I always love about Nigeria, is no matter how tough it is, I have family here, I have friends, and you can eat indomie and drink garri in peace, okay? So for that reason alone, I'm always going to be living in Nigeria. I'm always going to live in Nigeria. I don't have plans of ever moving out of this country. If you see me move out in 2 years, please don't come and say you'll never move out. I don't know what the future holds, but for now, I don't have plans of ever moving out of Nigeria. But if you're abroad and you want to come back to Nigeria and you feel like your life will actually be better here, just do it. Like, I know, okay, I've heard of someone that is living in a very horrible situation, but refuses to like go back home because people will laugh at the person or something. That's just madness. Because imagine my kids suffering, me suffering, emotionally damaged, stressed, going through so much only because I don't want to go back home, because I don't want to go back to, like, it doesn't make sense to me. So if your life is really that hard, in fact, you don't even have to move to Nigeria. Try another country if it's possible for you. But all I know is that you have to always keep moving. Like when people are moving out of Nigeria, right? It's because they want a better life. So if you move out and 5 years later, if some people, even 10 years, they've not gotten that better life that they left for, then it's time to rethink your plan, re-strategize, look for something else, go somewhere else, like just do something else. You cannot get stuck because of the shame you think you're going to feel when you come back. Clearly, sometimes people feel shame of some sort, but it's internal. A lot of people talking about it. Is it not mere gossip? It will pass. Everything passes in this life. Like nothing lasts forever. Literally nothing lasts forever. People will talk about it for a week, but they'll move on, and you'll be shocked that you even thrive here or in another country. I'm not an advocate of telling people to move abroad. I'm not an advocate of telling people to come back to Nigeria. I'm an advocate of telling people to do whatever it is that they want to do, whatever makes them happy. So if Nigeria is not making you happy, move out. If abroad is not making you happy, move back or move somewhere else. But point is, always make sure you're in a gije at all the times. Like you're moving forward, like you're growing, you're getting better. Don't get stuck because of the shame that you don't want to feel. Okay, I'm just going to end it here. Nelo here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I didn't want it to be too long because, to be honest, like I said, I just wanted to do like a sit down where I chat. Or it ended up being a Q&A, which I still love, but I kept it quick. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.